births once again for the third time today. It's Ian from R.T.O here, and this is a birthday top 10, and this one is from one of my oldest friends, one of my dearest friends, Lee. We've known each other since 1984, and I think we met at a Uriah Heep concert. We've been all over the place. We've been to America, we went to Chicago, we've been to Tenerife, been to the south of France, Paris. I've had some great weekends away, and we've been to lots of concerts, lots of Status Quo together, Queen, Rolling Stones. In fact, Rolling Stones was on the 4th of July 1990. Lee is also has a Facebook page that is dedicated to the rock show with Johnny Walker. So, like me, he does a little bit of bits and bobs. He's also got a TikTok page, and I'll put all the links to it in there so you can go and have a look at what Lee gets up to. So, born the 4th of July 1965, which was a Sunday in 1965. Definitely not a leap year. Prime Minister was Mr. Harold Wilson when Lee was born, and Lee is Generation X, just like myself. His Chinese zodiac is the snake, and Lee is a Cancerian. So I thought I'd go through some birthdays of people that sort of mean something to Lee, and he's part of his growing up. So the first one was born today in 1950 was DJ, Canadian British DJ David Kid Jensen. Radio 1 Rose shows. I met him once, and he was a really nice guy, absolutely terrific guy. Talked about music for a little while. It was great. Also born on this day, but in 1962, is actor Neil Morrissey, known for his role in Boone as Rocky, and of course Tony in Men Behaving Badly. Just a great actor. But born on this day in 1965 are two people. Now, Lee loves his American sports, and today is the birthday of American NBA forward Harvey Grant. Now, he played for the Trailblazers, Orlando Magic and the Wizards. Lee loves basketball, follows most American sports like I do. And also today, sharing the same birthday, probably born in the same hospital, because it's Jo Whiley, DJ and presenter. Now, she is a Northampton girl, so I wonder if they were in the same hospital, same ward. Now, I've got a connection with Jo Whiley because I used to look after her sister. And I have got a story where I saw Jo, and she was got to talk to her because I sort of knew her, and she was actually doing a FaceTime with her sister, so I actually saw her sister, and she actually remembered me after about 25 years. So that's pretty impressive. So there we go, Jo Whiley's birthday. So happy birthday, Jo. Hope you have a good day as well. Okay, history. Well, we all know what today is. It's American Independence Day, 4th of July. So that goes back to 17 whatever it is. 1944, they rose the flag on Iwo Jima. Now, that famous picture, it was an iconic picture of the Second World War, that was raised today. 1969, John Lennon released Give Peace a Chance. Another thing that happened today. Now, Lee follows tennis, he follows most sports like I do, but his favourite men's player is Nadal. And it was on this day in 2010 that Nadal won his second Wimbledon title and beats Thomas Berdreich 6-3, 7-5, 6-4. But we're not here to talk about history and sport, we're here for this. So here we go, cue the music. So up 11 places to number 10 this week was the Ivy League and the classic Tossin' and Turnin'. Great song of the 60s. So coming at number 9, this was up 4 places this week, and it was the wonderful Lulu and Leave a Little Love, one of her first big hits. Just a typical great 60s pop song from the time. Great stuff. Number 8, up 11 places for the Byrds and Mr. Tambourine Man. This has been featured in quite a lot of stuff on the channel, so I won't talk too much about it. It's just a great song and it's always great to mention it anyway. Number 7, down 3 places for Donovan and Colours. Great little track this is. One of my favourite tracks by Donovan. It's got a nice country feel to it. It's got a lovely sort of guitar bit in it as well. 6, down 3 places for the Everly Brothers and The Price of Love. Great track from the Everly Brothers, quite a rocker, and also it's done by Status Quo twice. They did it in the early 70s or 60s, can't remember if it was 69, 70, around that sort of period, and of course it was done on the Rock Do You Drop album, which is a great track. Okay, coming in at number 5, up 10 places, To Know You Is To Love You from Peter and Gordon. Beatles have covered this, B.B. King, and to mention a few. It's a bit of a dramatic version, this, isn't it? And it's okay, it's not my favourite version. Number 4, up 7 places, we have the Yardbirds, Heart Full of Soul, classic song, and this was the first single they'd released with Jeff Beck on the guitar. Good track. Number 3 then, up 2 places for Mr. Gene Pitney, Looking Through the Eyes of Love. It's an alright song, not particularly favourite of mine, but it's there. Now number 2 that week is down 1 place, one of Lee's favourite rock and roll stars, the king himself, Elvis Presley. Now this had with the number 1, they sort of swapped over. Elvis was number 1, then the number 1, and they swapped over a couple of times in this period. But this was Crying in the Chapel. Personally not one of my favourite Elvis songs, but I do like, it's a nice song, but not a personal favourite. So Lee knows what number 1 was on his day of his birth, because we was talking about it a few weeks ago, and it was up 1 place after being number 1 2 weeks ago. Elvis came to number 1, then they knocked them back, and it's the Hollies, and it's I'm Alive, which is a great song, great pop song, great band, the Hollies. So there you go, Lee, there was your top 10. But out of interest, also because we've got a connection, number 1 in America on the day you was born was the Rolling Stones, and I can't get no satisfaction. And we saw them on the 4th of July. So there we go. Okay, I will be back tomorrow where we have got a music marathon, and it is a marathon, and it's King Gizzard tomorrow and the Lizard Wizard, or whatever they call themselves. I'm going to get 24 albums, so it's a big one, but I'm going to split it into 2 parts. We're going to do part 1 12 and part 2 12, all on the same day, just to break it up so we don't all fall asleep. So that's for tomorrow. I will now go off and meet Lee, because we'll go out for lunch somewhere and have a birthday celebration. So once again, happy birthday, mate, and I will see you later. Bye for now.